If you are over 60 and are squinting to read this text, if you have to reach for your reading glasses every time you check your phone or read a menu, and you are still thinking that failing eyesight, presbyopia, or even macular degeneration is just an unavoidable part of getting old, then I need you to stop right now. You have been lied to. For decades, we've accepted a narrative. Our eyes get weak, and the only solution is thicker and thicker glasses. But what if I told you that advice is not only outdated, it's actively causing you to ignore the real solution? Scientists from the National Eye Institute, one of the most prestigious health organizations in the world, have just released a shocking discovery that completely changes everything we thought we knew about age-related vision decline. They've found that the problem isn't just aging eyes. The problem is that we are starving our eyes of critical compounds and abusing them in ways our ancestors never did. A groundbreaking study, known as the AREDS 2 study, followed thousands of seniors over a decade. They discovered that those who supplemented with specific compounds I am about to reveal, had up to a 60% reduced risk of progressing to severe macular degeneration. 60%! But what's the most insane part? The number one trick on this list, the one almost nobody knows about, was shown to improve vision in participants after just 12 weeks. It involves a compound that acts as your body's own internal sunglasses, protecting your retina from the toxic blue light that's blasting out of your phone and TV right now. And it's practically free, 100 times cheaper than expensive eye drops or laser therapies. In today's video, I am revealing 3 simple, scientifically proven tricks to fix your failing eyesight, and number 1 could change the way you see the world, literally. But before we dive in, I want to know our community. Let us know in the comments, how old are you, and are you wearing glasses while watching this video? We read and reply to every single comment, so drop it below. It helps us better understand what you're dealing with. Now let's get started with trick number 3. Alright, let's begin with trick number 3. Most people feel eye strain at the end of the day and think, oh, it's normal. But let me tell you, what you call eye strain is actually a desperate cry for help from your eye muscles. It is not normal. It is a sign of chronic abuse, and it is accelerating your vision decline. We are living in a hurricane of blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs. Our eye muscles were not designed for this. The American Academy of Ophthalmology had to issue an official warning about this, calling it digital eye strain. Their research shows that after just 2 hours of continuous screen time, symptoms like dry eye, blurry vision, and headaches begin. The problem is, who among us does only 2 hours? Most seniors today spend an average of 6 to 8 hours a day looking at these screens. Here's why it happens, and this is critical. Inside your eye, there's a tiny muscle called the ciliary muscle. When you look at something up close, like your phone, this muscle has to contract and hold to bend your lens. Imagine you're squeezing a tennis ball. You can do it for 10 seconds. But if I asked you to squeeze it for 8 hours straight, what would happen? Your hand would cramp, ache, and eventually give out. That is exactly what you are doing to your eyes. When you stare at a screen for hours on end, that ciliary muscle gets locked in a spasm. It forgets how to relax. When you look up, it can't release fast enough, and everything in the distance looks blurry. Over time, this chronic spasm leads to permanent fatigue and contributes to making your presbyopia much worse. The blue light from the screen also suppresses tear production, causing dry eye, which is like running a marathon with no water. So what's the solution? It's the 20-20-20 rule. It is incredibly simple, but radically effective. Here's how you do it. For every 20 minutes you spend looking at a screen, you must look away at something that is 20 feet away, about 6 meters, and hold that gaze for at least 20 seconds. What's the best way to do this? Set an alarm on your phone. Every 20 minutes, it beeps. When it does, don't ignore it. Get up, Walk to a window and look at a tree, a building across the street, or the end of the hallway. When you do this, you are forcing your ciliary muscle to release. You are giving it a desperately needed break. You are allowing it to reset. Those 20 seconds allow your eyes to blink properly, recoating them in their protective tear film. This is not optional. In today's digital world, this is mandatory eye maintenance. It's like changing the oil in your car. Do not skip it. This second trick might sound a little strange, but it's one of the best-kept secrets in vision therapy, and it's been around for 100 years. Most of us think of our eyes as optical machines, but they are biological organs directly wired into your nervous system. Stress is the #1 enemy of clear vision. This technique, called palming, is the most powerful way to switch off the stress response in your eyes and allow them to heal from the inside out. It's like a 5-minute power nap on your retina. This was pioneered by an ophthalmologist named Dr. William Bates in the early 1900s. He noticed that his most relaxed patients had the best vision. He was ridiculed at first, but modern science is catching up. Recent studies on biofeedback and relaxation therapy have shown that deep relaxation techniques like palming can significantly reduce intraocular pressure, which is a major risk factor for glaucoma. It also increases blood flow to the retina, bringing in more oxygen and nutrients. This is fascinating. Your nervous system has 2 modes: fight or flight, the sympathetic system, and rest and digest, the parasympathetic system. When you are stressed, squinting, or anxious, your fight system is on. Blood is pulled away from non-essential functions like digestion and healing. Your eyes tense up. Your pupils might dilate slightly, ready for danger. Palming is a physical switch to turn on the rest and digest system. By covering your eyes with your palms, you accomplish 2 things. Total darkness. This gives the photoreceptor cells, rods and cones in your retina, a complete break. It's the only time of day they are not being bombarded by light. They get a chance to reboot and regenerate the chemicals needed for clear vision. And the warmth. The gentle warmth from your palms relaxes the tiny muscles around your eyes, the extraocular muscles, and soothes the nerves. This combination of darkness and warmth sends a powerful signal to your brain. You are safe. Relax. Heal. You will feel your heart rate slow down. This is when the real repair begins.
You have to do this correctly. Don't just press your hands on your eyes. First, sit comfortably in a chair with your elbows resting on a table. Now rub your palms together briskly for about 15 seconds. You want to generate warmth, generate energy. When they are warm, close your eyes. Gently cup your palms and place them over your eyes. The heel of your palm should rest on your cheekbone and your fingers should cross over your forehead. Important, do not let your palms touch your eyeballs. You're creating a little dark room for your eyes. Now take a deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the darkness sink in. At first, you might see sparks or colors. That's your optic nerves still firing. Keep breathing. Your goal is to see a pure velvety blackness. Just do this for 2 to 5 minutes. When you're done, slowly remove your hands, but keep your eyes closed. Let them adjust to the dim room light. Then, slowly open your eyes. The world will look sharper. Colors will be more vibrant. You just hit the reset button on your visual system. Do this 2 to 3 times a day, especially after long computer sessions. Let's pause for a second. If you found either of those first 2 tips helpful, or if you just tried the palming technique and feel relaxed, please hit that like button right now. When you hit like, the YouTube algorithm shows this video to more seniors who are struggling with their vision, just like you. It's a small act of kindness that takes 1 second, but could help someone else. And if you haven't, hit subscribe. We release powerful health secret videos every single week, and you won't want to miss the next one, where we talk about the 3 foods that are silently destroying your joints. Okay, it's time for tip number 1, the big one. And now for number 1. This is the one that is revolutionizing how we think about macular degeneration and presbyopia. It's not an exercise. It is a nutritional secret that 99% of people are getting wrong. What I am talking about is the spinach secret. Listen, you've been told to eat your greens. You've been told they are good for your eyes. But what they didn't tell you is that your body is probably absorbing none of the nutrients. You could be eating a salad every single day and still be malnourished at the eye level. Let's go back to that AREDS 2 study I mentioned at the beginning. This is the gold standard study, funded by the National Eye Institute. They identified two specific compounds, lutein and zeaxanthin. In this massive study, people who had the highest levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in their diet had a significantly lower risk of developing macular degeneration. And in people who already had early signs of the disease, supplementing with these compounds dramatically slowed its progression. They scientifically proved that these compounds protect your eyes on a molecular level. So, what are lutein and zeaxanthin exactly? Think of them as your internal sunglasses. These are carotenoid antioxidants. When you eat them, they don't just go anywhere in your body. They have a special affinity. They travel directly to your eye and accumulate in high concentrations in one place, the macula. The macula is the center part of your retina responsible for your sharp, detailed central vision, your ability to read, recognize faces, and drive. Lutein and zeaxanthin do two things there. One, they filter blue light. They absorb high-energy, harmful blue light, like the light from your phone, before it can burn your delicate photoreceptor cells. Two, they are antioxidants. They neutralize free radicals that form from oxidative stress, essentially preventing rust in your eye. They are your last line of defense. As you age, your internal sunglasses wear thin, and if you don't replenish them, your macula is left exposed. That is when macular degeneration begins. But here is the most important part. Lutein and zeaxanthin are fat-soluble. What does this mean? Your body cannot absorb them without fat present. What is the #1 mistake Americans make? They eat a spinach salad with fat-free salad dressing. They eat steamed kale with no oil. They think they're being healthy, but they're wasting 90% of these eye-protecting compounds. They pass right through their body. A study from Purdue University proved this. They gave subjects salads with different dressings. Fat-free dressing, almost zero lutein absorption. Low-fat dressing, a tiny bit of absorption. Full-fat dressing, made from olive oil, the observation of lutein and zeaxanthin skyrocketed by 400% to 800%. Do you understand this? Just by adding healthy fat, you increase the eye-protecting power of your salad by 8-fold. So, here is tip #1. Here is how you do it, starting today. You need to eat lutein and zeaxanthin-rich foods and eat them with a healthy fat, every single time. What are the top lutein zeaxanthin foods? Kale, spinach, collard greens, broccoli, and, surprise, egg yolks. Egg yolks contain lutein and the fat to absorb it, pre-packaged, making them a perfect eye food. What are the top healthy fats to pair them with? Extra virgin olive oil, avocado, nuts, walnuts, almonds, egg yolks, as mentioned. Here is how to put the spinach secret into practice. The champion breakfast. Instead of cereal, have 2 eggs. Keep the yolk a little runny. That yolk has the lutein and the fat to absorb it, pre-packaged. Or make scrambled eggs with a huge handful of spinach. The smart smoothie. If you make a kale or spinach smoothie, don't just use water. Add 1/4 of an avocado or 1 tablespoon of flaxseed oil. Otherwise, it's just green water. The proper salad. Throw that bottle of fat-free dressing in the trash. Make your own. Extra virgin olive oil, a splash of lemon juice, salt, and pepper. Or at the very least, make sure your dressing is oil-based.
For maximum benefit, the National Eye Institute recommends 10 milligrams of lutein and 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin per day. 1 cup of cooked kale has 23 milligrams, but it only counts if you add that spoonful of olive oil. This is the shift. Don't just eat your vegetables, activate them. That is how you rebuild those internal sunglasses and protect your vision for decades to come. So, there you have it. 3 scientifically proven tricks to fight back against age-related vision decline. We have number 3, the 20-20-20 rule, to fight digital eye strain and give your muscles a break. Set that alarm. Number 2, the palming technique, to switch off your stress response, calm your nervous system, and let your eyes deeply relax. And number 1, the spinach secret. Eating your lutein and zeaxanthin-rich foods, like spinach and kale, always with a healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado, to boost absorption and rebuild your internal sunglasses. Remember, failing eyesight is not inevitable with age. It is not a life sentence. For the most part, it is a consequence of modern abuse, screens, and nutritional deficiency, lack of lutein and fats. But the good news is, these 3 tricks can help reverse the damage. The studies prove it, the science backs it, the National Eye Institute backs it. The only question is, are you willing to make these simple changes? Now, we want to hear from you. In the comments section below, tell us, which of these 3 tricks will you try immediately? Were you accidentally eating your leafy greens without fat? No shame, we all did. Share your experiences and your insights in the comments below. Your knowledge might just help another member of our community. Thanks for watching Tips in Your Secrets. Take care of your eyes.